Well, hey there. Welcome back to Podcast for Your Life. And we are going to be sharing thoughts from our life for yours about brothers. Now, here's something a little bit special. We're actually doing brothers as a 3-part series. And these aren't necessarily going to be in consecutive order, but we will have 3 episodes at the end of the day for you guys about brothers. Jam is not joining us today, but I do have a very special guest with me today, and that is my brother, Caleb.
Hello.
How's it going, Caleb?
It's going really good. Thanks for having me, Jason.
Yeah, hey, glad to have you on the show. I mean, considering I had to choose from all our brothers, and you were the only one, so...
Well, I appreciate that. That was really nice.
We actually only have just one brother,
Yeah.
so... So today, we're talking about brothers, and brothers are really interesting. Let's start with the question, what is a brother?
I was thinking about this question on the way here, actually, and I think I've come to a conclusion. I think a brother is when your mom has 2 sons,
Whoa.
and then that's it.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what a brother is.
I think that's good. I think we're keeping it at the 30,000-foot view. Yeah. Okay. So a brother is when your mom has 2 sons.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
or
I guess,
one.
see, actually, because... I mean, I guess that actually isn't the best definition, because what if the mom has 2 sons with 2 different dads? Then you're not really brothers,
interesting.
you're step-brothers.
What
Or
if
half-brothers.
What if
know
your
what I'm saying?
mom only has a girl and then a boy comes along? Is that still a brother?
Oh, you're right. It is, but it's not brothers.
Ah, right.
It's a different relationship there.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go with that definition for the sake of this episode. A
All right,
brother is a male person that you are related to, as in like came out of the same mom from the same dad.
No choice
Well,
was
I guess
offered.
yeah, just from Man, I guess you go into brothers,
yeah, this is a-
step brothers, half brothers.
I might actually write a book on this one.
You could probably write
What
a
is a
whole
brother?
couple of books on what a brother is. Anyway, so that's a brother.
Yeah.
The brother really is a unique relationship.
I agree.
Whether you're, a sister or you're another brother, it really is a pretty interesting one. Do you think you view brothers, or like when you see brothers, or even our relationship, do you see it as, hey, this is a friend, or it's family? Like, no, I don't want to hang out with this person because they're just like my brother.
So that's interesting. I think that it really depends on the person and the relationship that they have with their brother. Because, I mean, I think that there's some friends of mine and they just don't have a good relationship with their brother. So it's like, oh, it's family. Like, I have to hang out with them. Like, we always fight. Like, we don't get along. But then there's other people that like, oh, we're brothers. Like, we're close. Like, we're best friends. Like, for example, one of my friends, like, he has 2 twin brothers. You know Slater, yeah. He has 2 twin brothers, and I think they're all very close. And I don't think it really has anything to do with the fact that they were twins and stuff. But I think that they have really made an effort to all be friends with each other. So I really just think it depends on the situation. But I think for us, I think growing up, it was more of like, oh, we're family and like we have to be around each other. But I think now where we are in our life, where you're 25, I'm 22, you're married. I'm going to be married next summer to my awesome fiancée, Jenna.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, and I think in that situation, we're kind of developing more of a friendship now because it's not forced. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we have to hang out with each other because we live in the same room. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we did live in the same room for a long time.
We never had to hang out actually from the beginning.
Yeah,
but, that's another story.
That is true. Well, I guess we got along pretty well. But I think that's kind of the unique aspect, and I think I don't want to get like spiritual and stuff, but I think it's cool that kind of just how God created the aspect of brothers, kind of that relationship. I think it was intended for us to be friends.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah, and how it created sisters too. So,
Yes. Yeah. But
man, it just
in the sake of the topic, we'll just talk about brothers.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that I've seen the trend that as siblings get older, they transition from more than just family into definitely family and friends, or potentially just friends. Although there's always going to be that underlying thing of family. So regardless of what happens, you're always going to be family. But the level of friendship really depends on the relationship, and I think that can start at an early age. I think you can be, whether you're a twin or you're not, and you have 10 years between you or 3 years between you, you can really have a deep level of friendship.
Yes.
Obviously, it's going to be special compared to your other friends because you're like related and you've gone through a lot more experience together than with just some other random Joe like Jam.
Yeah.
And I think that it definitely changes over the years.
Yes,
I think it definitely changes.
Absolutely. And hopefully always for the best.
What do you think are some childhood norms of brothers? Like when you know friends who have brothers or you know some folks, what do you always hear like, I'm familiar with how they act that way, or oh yeah, that's such a brother thing. Like what would you say?
See, this is a tough one. I think it just again depends, but I think like childhood norms would be like how they interact or maybe like compete with each other. It's almost kind of like there's a lot of like rivalry. I guess that wasn't really us, but there's a lot of, I guess, like for example, my buddy Sam Kim, him and Addison, which are good friends of ours, they had
so many shout outs.
They had a lot of rivalry though, like when they were growing up. And Sam told me, like, not in a negative way, but like they were both very competitive. Like Addison was really good at rock climbing, Sam was really good at martial arts, and it was like, oh, who's strong? Like who can oh, you're better at rock climbing, but I can beat you in martial arts any day. And it was kind of that thing where like I don't think we really had that because like I never really played sports. And so like our biggest rivalry was over like, dude, like I have better music taste than you do. And you're like, yeah, no, you don't. And I'm a better musician. And it was like one of those things where it was like, okay, like, so I kind of, like, you did a lot more, like, you were kind of more talented when it came to, like, music and stuff. Like, you did more of that. But you never, like, oh, dude, you should be better at this or that. Like, you never, like, shoved it in my face.
Not at all.
Which I appreciated.
Oh,
but,
you're welcome.
I don't know. I think that would be, I guess, childhood norms. It's kind of a hard question. I don't really know.
No, like, sibling rivalry, but, like, when it comes to this kind of, oh man, well, and I think especially with like when the siblings are kind of apart in age, I think that can definitely come into play where it's like, oh, I gotta be like, my older brother is doing so good, I need to like do awesome stuff. I think it's probably different when you have like brother to sister. I bet like the sister doesn't feel as much of a competition, but they could.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just interesting how that works.
It also, I think, depends on like the parents and their expectations. Because I mean, if you have parents that are expecting a lot, like from like make money or like do well in school, then all the kids are gonna like try to like compete and be the best. Like, oh, I want to get the best grade or get the best GPA.
Yeah.
And so maybe there's some rivalry there, whether you have brother or sister.
Yeah, it could be that parents could instill some stuff in their kids. Who knows?
Yeah,
I think a lot of stereotypes about brothers is like they just love to beat each other up and wrestle.
Yeah. Yes.
And we have friends that we both know who did that, where they would always talk about like, I had so-and-so in headlock the other day, and it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think we really wrestled. I don't think we ever cared to do that. We were always just like, like one time I think one of our friends was like, dude, why wouldn't you ever beat up your younger brother? I'm like, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm clearly stronger than him.
He never did anything wrong to me.
At this stage in our life, like, why? I
don't enjoy. Much taller.
I don't gain enjoyment and pleasure from like beating him up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's something that other brothers can speak into, but
yeah, it's interesting.
For us, not so much.
It's good too. I don't have any battle scars.
That's great. Yeah, I try to make sure that I punched you without it leaving a mark. So.
Yes. Thank you.
What about tickling? You say that that's do you think brothers tickle, or is it more of like wrestling?
So, okay, I have a good story, not about tickling, but it's one thing that one time you did that kind of scarred me, actually.
Oh, wow.
So I've told people this story, and everyone knows this story, but
literally scarred you?
Like, not actually scarred me. It was more just like
I think I have a story.
I'm sensitive. So we were playing airsoft one day, and like, or I don't know what we were doing, but we all came in the house, and I was on the stairs, and I don't know how this happened, but you like stuck your finger in my belly button.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And it freaked me out. And I don't know if I started crying or something, but like I was really upset. And ever since then, like I don't like anyone touching my belly button.
I'm so sorry.
Like Sam like knows it, and like, or like some of my other friends like Matt, like they'll like know it, and they'll be like, I'm not gonna like they'll try to mess with it. I'm like, don't. It's off limits. It's off limits.
Dang,
it's kind of
sorry.
weird. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not a big deal. Like I don't think that a finger should be stuck in there from anyone. But no. But yeah, that's just one of the examples.
Only an umbilical cord should be stuck in there. That's the only
quickly
thing.
Quickly cut off.
Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry. The belly button's a tender spot. So.
Yes. How about you? Do you have a story?
So I'm the older brother, in case we didn't mention that earlier, and I think a lot of times the older brother feels more guilt for like accidents that happen with the younger brother. So like when I was maybe 6, I threw a VHS tape in a like hard case at Caleb because I was mad
don't
at
remember
him.
this.
You don't remember that?
this at
Oh,
all.
I remember it.
It's
so
gone
it was
from my
like
memory.
late at night. It was like 8:30, which is late for a 6-year-old.
I was probably 4.
It was 8:30 at night, and I was mad at Caleb, and I threw a VHS tape in a hard case at his forehead, and it hit him. And I guess it started bleeding, and my parents were concerned, and obviously I was like punished and stuff. But they had to call our neighbor who was a paramedic, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, it's bleeding a lot. We're not sure what to do." And so he came over and gave him like a butterfly Band-Aid deal, and he was fine. Never had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
But I remember that. I was like, man.
That's gone from my memory completely.
Yeah, that's okay. You were, I mean, you would have been 3 at
Yeah,
the
I
time.
guess
So that's the thing is like, I think a lot of times brothers remember the physical or I guess even emotional pain that they inflict on their younger siblings.
So Jason was no, I'm not going to say better child, but he was the better child just because I was a lot more like overly adventurous and curious and made a lot of just dumb decisions. But I totally know I'm forgiven and it's all in the past. But Jason was not that guy. So usually when someone was in trouble, it was me or Nicole. It wasn't Jason. But there was one time, and this is the worst thing that Jason's done when he was younger, still to this day. We had a couple friends over, and Jason was like, "What? How old were you?" Like,
are you talking about the van
yeah,
story?
yeah. You
I
like
was
12?
15.
Yeah. So he was 15. So he was almost had his permit, almost had his license, and we were about to go over to a birthday party, and so my mom's inside. And Jason's in the car with his buddies, and he somehow decides, "Oh, I should just back the car out of the garage."
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a great idea.
It was.
And all of his buddies, like, I think, like, chimed in and were like, "Yeah, do it."
They were.
And so he did it. So I'm inside. So I come out. The car's in the garage. I come out, and the car's backed out, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" But I didn't like tell on mom because mom walked out the next moment and freaked out. But I think like I felt bad, but at the same time I was like, yeah, Jason got in trouble. Like, he never gets in trouble. Like, I'm in the clear this time. Like, and it wasn't like a big thing, but it was like, ooh, like spotlights off of me. So I
that's good to know.
guess that was like kind of like a little bit of the rivalry that I guess we experienced.
Our rivalry was who was the more obedient child.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for letting me know about another perception of that story because
You did back it out well, though. So I want to
thank
say,
you.
like,
Yeah,
I think
for the record.
I think it showed you that you were going to be a good driver.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, still haven't been in any accidents or like, yeah.
Yes, well done.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how relationships with brothers change over the years for sure, and
Absolutely.
it's a cool opportunity. So if you have brothers out there and you're listening and you're like, man, my brother's terrible, or you're listening and you're like, man, I love my brother so much more now, you're welcome.
Yeah, agreed. Maybe like if you don't like him, like maybe go spend some time with him.
Yeah, go spend some time
Gotta
with
be
your
friends.
brother. That's probably what we would say would be the verdict.
Yeah.
Is brothers are good and they're a gift.
Well, yeah, I was thinking. So what like? How are you going to? This is, I guess, a bigger question, but like, whenever you are like a parent, and let's say you have 2 sons, like, how would you like talk to your sons in order to like instill a positive aspect of them to be like brothers and like friends? Like, how would you do that, like, without like forcing them to be friends, but like encouraging, like, hey, this is an important relationship to have? I don't know, I
Sure.
guess it's a weird question.
No, it's a good question. Just hang out together, you know? If I have 2 sons and I want to hang out, I want to hang out with them. So, like, I can't force them to be like, hey, guys, go have your Lego time in the room. You just be like, hey, let's go out. You know, the 3 of us go out. Yeah. And then hopefully they will enjoy spending time, with each other as well as me. And then from there, just hope that they continue to do that. So it all depends on age. But I think at the end of the day, I think that brothers can really be good friends and good family.
I completely agree.
Brothers,
That's a good answer.
they can be good friends or good family, or both.
Brothers. That's it. No, that was bad. Let me do it again.
Brothers, they're great until you found yourself in a headlock.
Or like, how about this? Brothers, you love them until they make you hate them. All right, guys. Well, that's all for today. Thanks, Jason, for having me on the show. Really appreciated being on here. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, I would recommend subscribing to Jason and Jam's podcast. I listen to it actually, and Jason doesn't even force me to. It just listen to it on my own.
No headlock.
Yeah, none. And so, yeah, guys, thanks so much for tuning in.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time.